Omar Sterling Same Earth, Different World is a reflection of Jay-Z's critically acclaimed 444 album. At least that's what most of our staff here at Hunukane think. Before we even engage in this debate, let's look at how Omar Sterling went from being #1 victim on critics' list to dropping an album that is a reflection of Jay-Z's 444.
I'm from back in the days, ash in a tray, kush so loud I can't feel my face.
Omar has had one hell of a long-lasting rap career filled with lyricism and criticism. R2B's first came into the music scene in August 2008 with their first single titled Yawa Gal, produced by Killbeatz, who will become one of the biggest producers in the country. The song became an instant hit. The group, made up of two cousins, that's Paedae, Omar Sterling, who is the CEO and leader, and Mugeez, the lead vocalist. They went ahead to release their second and third songs, Ademad and Kiss Your Hands, featuring Wandiko respectively. With these, they made their initial footprint in the music industry as hitmaker music duo and a force to be reckoned with. Despite the fact that R2B's continue to thrive and drop back-to-back hits like Ajay, Bela, Makoma, Love, Lobi, Boza, Slow Down, and Killing Me Softly, Ghanaians criticized Omar Sterling's reserved style of rapping and even called him a non-fa rapper, a local Ghanaian slang meaning out of context rapper. On songs like Live, the group's biggest hit yet, he said,
I think life is like David and Wizkid. While from the ghetto, the for a rich kid. By the boat running your game at the stakes. When you dream big like the big sis.
Critics questioned this and even said his verse could have been off the song and the song would have still been a hit. The same year Life was released, the group had another hit song, Odo. In his verse, he said,
I'm the man on fire, Denzel. I'll buy you shoes, diamonds and pearls, upper class tickets, see around the world.
The critics were generous with their doubts on his lyrical prowess as usual about the above verse. As most MCs will do, he entered a booth and acknowledged the critics in a freestyle. In the same verse, he announced who he was, that is #1 lyricist. Omar dropped these bars on Just Blaze's produced instrumental for Jay-Z's You Don't Know. He said,
My name is Paedae, the problem, #1 lyricist. Also #1 on critics list. They wanna kill me.
On social media pages like Twitter, the trolling continued, but the core Omar Sterling fans kept on following him as he gave them the critically acclaimed solo project Victory Through Harmony in 2016, where he had songs like Swag featuring Sarkodie and Ice Prince. He addressed the haters once again on
trying to supply your needs, a breath of fresh air. I'm trying to help you brothers breathe. Hustle until we die, rest in peace. All I say to the haters, bless you like you sneeze.
Also on Damba Flow, still on VTH, he said,
been killing rappers since Ghana used trains. Pay haters no mind, I can't afford your brain.
The following year, he followed up with the biggest solo single of his career yet, 1990. Omar gave us the style he was most comfortable in, and this had rap audience rapping word for word. One thing Ghanaians failed to understand at the time was Omar was and is a non-conformist, a storyteller and a lyricist. He might throw in a bar or two with creative wordplay in a verse like, these rappers took shots, but their shots are a marula. But storytelling is his stronghold. He is famous for lines like,
last time a nigga said shit, he ate rats.
Omar's undeniable lyrical prowess was exhibited on songs like Bob Marley, where he challenges rappers to come and test him if they are good like they claim they are.
Who best to test, contest me lyrically. No stress, I'm fest, I perfect these similes.
Thing is, Omar has been telling stories since. On songs like Amsterdam Freestyle, Talk, Ibiza, all of Victory Through Harmony mixtape, and even the group's project, Site 15, Track 15, Never Again, where he tells a story about a young boy called Abeku who used to take care of himself at a tender age, and a 16-year-old girl who turned to the streets for survival to take care of her situation at home.
Same earth, different worlds. Same spot, different girls.
In June 2021, Omar gave us his best solo project yet, Same Earth, Different World, 5 years later after the release of Victory Through Harmony, a 20-track album that shot straight onto the top of the charts on streaming sites. The The album starts with a song, A Mountain Full of Gold,
A mountain full of gold.
where he talks about being black and bold, his growth as a person, being a first-time father to a son, and wishes to have a daughter someday and spreading love. He also tells a story about the butterfly and cocoon embracing their flaws.
There's the story of the cocoon and the butterfly, research the serenity brings.
On the second track,
Bella Boys Company, we on a chase.
the song that inspired the album and the first song to be recorded on the album, he goes straight into his storytelling mode where he narrates an incident about petty thefts, a popular vice in Ghanaian communities, and how offenders are handled when caught. He also sheds light on the uncertainties of life through a story about one of his neighbor's favorites called Peter, who had freshly gotten married and suddenly died.
Bruh, Peter died, boy, now we all worried. Real good guy, and he just got married.
He also talks about 3 guys who broke into a container at a port to steal. 2 out of the trio turned around to kill the 3rd guy because he exhibited signs of snitching. He also narrates how he lost his niece, who is Mugeez's sister, to an act of senseless violence.
I asked God why he had to be here.
Track 3, I'm Back.
I fell out of love with rap, I'm back in it.
In this song, he talks about being you and not living a fake life. He sheds light on being famous and how people treat fame.
I'm a human being, I'm not a brand. I don't want fans, I do for fun. I always speak the truth, that's in my heart. You live a lie like the niggas on the gram.
On Solid as a Rock, 4th track on the album, he raps to his fans about manning up and facing their fears.
Why run away when you should face your fears? Cause suffer know the kill, so please wipe your tears. One day you go be, a blind man said one day you go see.
He also pays tribute to the celebrated Ghanaian rapper Obrafour, as he mentions him in 3 songs on the album.
Makola dreams, we all got that bargaining.
On Makola Dreams, this song is one of the most anticipated collabs on the album. Omar and Manifest talk about how everyone is trying to sell records in a now saturated music market. He also talks about the adverse effects of poverty and riches.
Where there is poverty, the people humble, and they love each other, they got each other's back. Where there is money, competition high, and they hate each other, they stab you in the back.
On To My Motorway to a Flower,
Tell my motorway to a flower roundabout.
he shows his lyrical prowess once again and questions people glorifying punchlines instead of lyrics.
Let's face back, what's the punchline of pure lyrics?
He also reinstates how he's the hardest rapper to touch the microphone and makes a Jay-Z reference on Rock Boys,
We in the building, bro, we in the house.
and throws in a little food for thought.
Why you wanna please a species that can't wait for you to fail?
Adiache.
Adiache bia aba, nipe die mia.
This is a sample or loose adaptation of Obrafour's Aden song. In it, he urged people to live their lives even if they were overwhelmed with the world's debt.
Nowadays, black wanna be white, white wanna be black.
On Nowadays, arguably the song that talks about the issues surrounding body positivity, self-love, and contentment. He also addresses how people are eager to live a life of lies on social media.
What's the purpose of life? I'm just glad I'm alive. Most times
On Could Haves,
don't stress on the could haves. If you should have, then bro, it would have.
he emphasizes on how people need to accept what is and not stress on what could have been. He also spoke about reaching out to his long-lost cousin after 10 years, who told him not to be afraid to fail because you will never fall.
Don't be afraid to fail, cause you never ever fall. Make money big enough to buy them all, but at the expense of your sanity, then don't get involved, cause your mental health is an essential wealth.
On Dope MCs, he talks about his come up and how he grew up listening to hip-hop songs from artists like Nas, Hate Me Now being his favorite song, and following the famous Jay-Z and Nas feud. On Treading on Thin Ice, he tells a story about a young guy who had it all and lost his life in a fast car he owned. On 18 Years, he gives us insights about his younger self, reflects on turning 18 and dreams he had. He recounts an incident about how his mom lost her speech and how he found out close to 12 months later. He mentions harboring stowaway thoughts along with his friends. He spoke about dreams that he was going to be the biggest music legend alongside his cousin Mugeez and Killbeatz. The album also has songs that talk about lighter issues on love like Put On, C1 Boys, One Love, Dangerous Love. Same Earth, Different Worlds is Omar's best project yet, with a 10/10 production, composition, writing and lyrics rating. When asked why Same Earth, Different Worlds, Omar explains we are both on the same planet Earth, but truly our realities are different from each other. On the contrary, Jay-Z in an interview with iHeartRadio said he wrote the title track 444 at exactly 4:44 in the morning, and it was only right he makes it the title of the album. Forbes called the album "Timing is Everything." We believe this is due to the long years Jay-Z spent on the game before releasing an album like 444. RollingStone.com called the album vulnerable, apologetic, and still dazzling. Whilst we can't say for a fact that Omar recorded any song on Same Earth, Different Worlds as 4:44 in the morning, we can dare say he created an album that is educative and entertaining. Now here is where we draw our conclusion. Same Earth, Different Worlds has all the elements Jay-Z's 444 has, like self-love, family ties, storytelling, black empowerment, and building generational wealth. It took Jay-Z 20 years to let go of his ego and release an album that empowers and educates the black community. It took Omar Sterling 14 years of his career to give us an album that is educating, empowering, and at the same time entertaining. In terms of duration, 444 is a 36-minute embodiment of black excellence for the forever young hitmaker. On the other hand, it took Omar an hour, 5 minutes to create a masterpiece after finding the balance and right time to release it. When you place both albums toe to toe, it can't be matched because of cultural differences, demographics, influences, and experiences. But both albums are 100% authentic, educational masterpieces that will always be referenced when it comes to hip-hop. This has been Hunukane News. My name is Ni Aye aka Styles Free.